Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Vidisha, and I extend a very warm welcome to all of you on behalf of the VECV team present here, along with me. Mr. Vinod Aggarwal, who's the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer, VE Commercial Vehicle. Mr. S.S. Gill, Senior Vice President, VE Commercial Vehicle. Mr. Sachdeva, COO, Eicher Trucks and Buses, and Mr. Rajesh Mishra, Senior VP and Chief Digital Officer, VE Commercial Vehicle. Welcome, gentlemen. Before we move on, I think all of us have seen massive transformation and disruptions over the last few years within the automotive industry at large. But the biggest disruption perhaps has been COVID-19. That has brought home the importance of digital technologies, right in the middle and center of our universe, having a greater impact in our lives today. The future is digital, and there is a greater relevance for the automotive industry at an overall level. As the ecosystem moves towards the integration of multiple domains, autonomous and connected vehicles, vehicle-to-vehicle communication, etc. At VECV, modernizing the CV industry has been a long-standing vision ever since 2008 when we were born. And today it's a momentous occasion as we are here to take you through yet another pioneering initiative. The session will be for about 40 minutes this morning. And you may type in your questions on the chat box, which appear on your right or on your bottom left, depending on the device that you are using. And these will be taken up after the address by the spokespeople. I will now invite Mr. Vinod Aggarwal to share more details about today's announcement. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Vidisha. And good morning, all. And thank you very much for taking out time. Today is, as Vidisha said, it's a momentous occasion when the entire industry is going through a lot of disruptions and the entire economy is also going through a lot of pain. We at VECV always have kept the customer in front of us, and we have always taken steps to make sure that we offer the maximum to the customer. And also, as you all know, our vision is to drive modernization in the commercial transportation in India. And at the same time, you also all know that currently the logistics costs are extremely high in India, and it needs a lot of productivity related improvements. As you all know, in India, logistics costs are around 13% of the GDP, whereas in developed nations, it is around 5 to 6%. So therefore, there is tremendous need to keep on thinking of new methods by which we can drive the logistics costs down. And in line with that, today we are coming out with this pioneer step that VECV will become the first company in the commercial vehicle industry that will offer 100% connected vehicles in India in the commercial vehicle industry, which means that all our trucks and buses that we are going to sell from today to all our customers, that will have the live connection for the very advanced telematics. It will have the factory fitted hardware, and it will have a 2-year free subscription to the customers, so that they can make the best use of the truck, and also they get the maximum advantages. And these advantages come in the form of various features which are there in this system. Most important being the fuel management services, or uptime management services, and trip management services. As you all know, for a truck, fuel is the most important cost, and fuel constitutes almost 50% of the total cost of ownership. It means if a transporter has to spend 100 rupees for owning a truck, 50 rupees out of that goes for fuel. And therefore, if we do something which can help to drive down the fuel cost, it means it can directly add to the profitability of the customer. Now these connected solutions or the connectivity, which we call Eicher Live, this is going to help the customer maximum in the fuel management, because the principle of all the truckers or all the transporters, they will sitting in their offices, they will get various types of reports automatically on all the vehicles which are to be sold from today, that how each driver is performing, how much fuel efficiency is getting, and based on which they will identify that what sort of training needs are there. And then apart from these reports which are there on the fuel management, the driver also keeps on getting the online training through the intelligent driver information system, which always remains in front of the driver while he is driving on the dashboard. So driver keeps on getting the training through intelligent driver information system, and the owners, they keep on getting the reports that how each driver is performing, and they also know that suppose driver stops somewhere and the engine keeps running, then they will know that how much time and engine was idling when the trip was on. So therefore they will be able to manage the entire fuel costs in a much better manner. The second most important service which is available through this system is the uptime services. We had earlier informed all our customers and also made a lot of announcements on that we are the first company in India that has set up a state-of-the-art uptime center. Now this uptime center is set up in Pithampur. This uptime center operates almost 24 hours a day, and through this uptime center, any vehicle, whether in the workshop of our dealers or on the road, on the roadside, or through this connected solution now while the vehicles are running, so that any vehicle can be taken control of by the uptime center proactively, and or whenever they need, like if suppose our workshop mechanic needs or the driver needs, he can also connect up with the uptime center for any problem that comes up in a truck. So therefore this connected solution, it will ensure that we will be able to offer remote diagnostic services to the customers, and we will also, in the phase 2, we will also be able to offer predictive diagnostic services. So I will like to elaborate more on this. For example, a truck comes to our workshop for repairs. The time it enters the workshop, the truck starts getting tracked. We know exactly for each truck which reports in all our workshops which are spread across the country. Our uptime center gets the full real-time report that what time it entered the truck, at which stage it is there in the workshop, and if it is held up at any station, why it is held up. Is it held up because part is not available? Is it held up because technician is not available, or is it held up because of any other reason? So we get the real-time report, and there are very advanced analytics which are put in the entire system there in our uptime center, and which will throw up the exceptions that if suppose something is stuck for parts or something technician is not able to solve, and if technician needs any real-time guidance, he can just connect up with our uptime center in no time, and the uptime center, our experts will guide him. They will get the complete knowledge of the vehicle which is standing in the workshop, that what sort of fault is there in that vehicle, and they can real-time basis, they can guide the technician that what to do, how to repair that fault. As you all know, BS6 is a very complex technology, and it also needs a lot of training for all the technicians, and it is also a lot of electronics is there in the vehicles. So therefore, if technician gets stuck anywhere, he doesn't understand the new technology, he can immediately take the guidance from the uptime center. So that's a very big advantage. And then when I say the predictive maintenance, while the vehicle is running, the millions and millions of bytes of data gets generated in a vehicle. Now all that data gets back to our uptime center in our hardwares on real-time basis. Now there are advanced analytics which again have been put there, and through that analytics we are able to know if some vehicle when it is being driven, what sort of problems is likely to come in the truck. For example, a vehicle engine is getting overheated. immediately the data will get thrown up in the uptime center, and the uptime center through analytics, they will know it that so and so vehicle is having this problem of in the engine, and then proactively someone from our uptime center can call up the driver. And we have experienced it on the pilot basis. Like for example, whenever we called up a driver that you are so and so person, you are driving this truck and you are on this location, and your truck is having this problem of engine heating, or there is a problem in the clutch, or there is a problem in any other part of the truck, and then we are able to guide him. Okay, either if there are 3 types of problems, either we tell him that you have to stop immediately because if the problem is serious, if he continues to drive, then the engine may seize. So we tell him you have to stop immediately. Or we can guide him that, okay, our nearest workshop is around 40 kilometers or 50 kilometers or at a reasonable distance. Then we can guide him that, okay, you take this truck to a so-and-so place, and we all, proactively book the appointment for him. Or we can also guide our service vans, which are again spread throughout the country, and those service vans can reach that truck and repair it. So these are the type of predictive maintenance services which will be available to all our customers. And of course, you also know that since all the trucks basically they are for the business, they are purchased for running a business, for earning profit. Therefore, asset utilization is extremely important. If the more time the truck remains on the road, it means it is doing better business. And therefore, if we are able to make a difference in the uptime, then it means the customers will get the best of their money. They will be able to earn the maximum profit. So one is through the fuel management, then is through the uptime management. We are able to improve the productivity of the truck so that the truck remains on the road. It remains on the, it keeps on doing its job without interruption. And at the same time, if it is more time on the road, then it means you are earning more money, you are earning more revenue, you are earning more profit, and you are more productive. And third is the trip management. Then through the trip management, also the owners, they can plan their trips better. They know the exact location of each truck. Mostly, but the difference between our services and the competition services. Mostly the competition offers this on a select basis, or the customers get these things done on a retrofit basis. They will buy a truck from the company where this is not fitted upfront from the company. They will fit it through a workshop or through from an external party, and wherever they want to do it. But in our case now, it is factory fitted. It is standard. Comes with the standard connection for next 2 years, and without any additional cost. And then there are these host of services which we are going to provide to the customer, so that he can avail of these services without incurring any additional cost. As you know, this BS4 to BS6, when this migration has happened, it has also meant some additional cost for the customers. The prices have gone up, say, for example, from by 8% to 15% of a truck. But at the same time, the cost of acquisition, that accounts for only 20% of the cost of ownership. 50% is the fuel, and balance is the tire cost, or the toll tax, or the driver cost, or the maintenance cost. Therefore, even if he is paying the higher price because of BS6, but the money which he is going to save through fuel or through productivity or doing more trips, that will be much more than the money which he is going to spend on the additional price of BS6. Therefore, net basis, the customer is going to earn more profit even after paying higher price for a BS6 truck. So this is what is it. This is absolutely, you can say, very, very pioneering stuff in line with our, driving modernization. 100% of the trucks will be connected. This is nowhere there in the country. Even the passenger cars, they are not offering this type of a connectivity. But our trucks and buses, from today onwards, they will all be 100% connected, which is a very, very big step, which is pro customer, which is going to help the customer to improve its profits and to increase the productivity. Now, just to give you a little bit about the industry, but where are we with respect to the CV industry? As you all know, because of this current situation in the economy, and the CV industry is the most impacted due to this pandemic, because CV industry is directly linked to the business activities and directly linked to the economy. And since the business activities are down, lot of fleet of the customers, they are still idle. So there, all the trucks have not come back on the roads. But at the same time, good indications are that our workshops, which are now open across the country, all our workshops are open. There, the footfalls have come back, and that has gone back to the earlier levels. So if last year some particular revenues were coming in each workshop, our workshops are able to reach the same level of revenues from the repair of the trucks. So therefore, it means that the activity on the road is increasing, but at the same time, still all the sectors are still not open, or there are still selective lockdowns which are there in the country. But as we move forward, I think the situation will keep on improving more and more. And other good thing about the commercial vehicle industry is that suppose the customers are not buying trucks today, but at the same time, this demand, which is not happening today, this demand will get added in the future requirements. Because if anyone wants to replace a truck today and he is not replacing because of the current situation, it doesn't mean that demand goes away. That demand gets added to the future requirement. Like for example, if next 6 months the confidence comes back or the economy starts improving, there will be a lot of pent-up replacement demand, because these customers who have not bought today, they will come back to replace their trucks after 6 months, when the business is up. And at that point of time, other customers who want to replace the trucks in any case, at that time, they will also be there. So therefore, there will be additional pent-up requirement from the customers who have not replaced the trucks currently. So my own assessment is this demand will come up very strongly once the economy starts improving. And in any case, this industry has to come back, because businesses will come back. It's not that the businesses will remain like that. This year is going to be tough, but next year onwards, and first of all, month on month, there will be improvements which will start happening from maybe September or October. And then, of course, next year onward, we would see much better position for the commercial vehicle industry. So this is the brief update on the CV industry. And now, of course, I will give it back to Rahul, and he will play a brief audio visual, and which will give you further ideas of what we are doing in this connected trucks. And then after that, of course, we will take some question answers.